Hello, how are we doing? Oh, we're doing really well. Let's get on to our back. So we've got our flow. We're going to start lying in Shavasana to get yourself nice and comfortable. Space between the heels, allowing the feet to drop out and turning the palms of the hands up, straight arms. And if you can, just closing your eyes or keeping the gaze really soft. And just making sure we're not clenching the jaw or furrowing the brow and releasing any expression on the face. So going for a real deep relaxation right at the start of our practice. And bringing your awareness to the front of the body and just notice how it changes as you breathe in and out. Now we're aiming to take that breath deep into the body. So if you can feel it in your chest, see if you can just take it down into the tummy. So when you breathe in, we're going to get the diaphragm and the tummy expanding. So you'll feel the area lift. And when you exhale, it's just going to soften back down again. And then we're just going to really slow down the breath. And there's usually a natural stopping point where we stop the inhale and then we allow the exhale to come in. See if you can take that inhale a little bit further. So you're using the full capacity of the lungs. And then slowly releasing. And let's do one more. And we're going to go in for a big stretch. So we're going to take the arms over the head. And we're going to really stretch the fingers out on an inhale. And just soften the arms back on an exhale. So there might be a little bit of bending through the elbows. Let's focus on the arms first of all. Notice how that opens and gently pulls in the chest. So if you want to have your fingers really wide, really taking up as much space. And then we can start to add the toes. So when we inhale, we're going to point the toes. When we exhale, as we're drawing the arms back, we're going to flex the feet. Two more of those. Lovely. Make this one the best one. Maybe there's a little bit of a hold. And then slowly let's bring the arms overhead. And we're going to bring the right knee in If you need to lift up the left leg slightly, that's fine. So a little bit of pulling in on an inhale, exhale, just releasing. Keep those shoulders nice and soft, really grounded into the mat. And then we're just going to hold the knee and we're going to flex both feet on an inhale, exhale, point them away. Lovely. One more. Inhale and exhale, release. So let's keep this right knee here first of all. And we're just going to bend that left knee. Now we're going to grab hold of the right foot with the left hand. So the left hand's coming underneath. So the hand is underneath the sole of the foot. And we're just going to pull and bring that right hand over the top. Bring the heel in towards the center of the body. And we're going to hold here. Now maybe you want to see what it feels like to straighten out that left leg. And we're just going to move just gently from side to side. There's a little bit of kind of cradling going on. You don't have to move with the breath, it's okay. But just a little bit of moving in that space. See what it feels to take the foot over towards the left and then bring it back. Just have a little bit of movement. Excellent. Let's release. Notice how it feels to release. Maybe we need to straighten that leg, give it a little bit of a wiggle. And then we're going to bring the left knee in. Keep that right knee bent. And then I've got maybe straighten it out. And then we're going to inhale, pull that knee in a little bit more. Exhale, release. Two more breaths here. And then we're going to have a go at flexing and pointing the toes. So we're going to pull in, push the heels away on an inhale, and then point the toes on an exhale. So we're pulling on that left knee as well. Maybe you need to lift the right heel up off the mat. Do whatever feels good. And then releasing, well done. I'm just going to slightly bend the right leg, so bringing the sole of the foot onto the mat. And then bringing the right hand underneath, grabbing hold of the sole of the foot, pulling that heel in towards the center, and then taking the left hand over the top of that foot. And just having a move around here, just an explore of just kind of your mobility in the hip. If you want to straighten out that right leg, you can do. Take that foot over to the right side. Feel some really nice stretches. So really push on the hands, that can feel really nice. Pull on the foot, that can feel nice too. Excellent. And then we're going to release both feet down nice and gently. Back to Shavasana, so turning the palms of the hands up. A couple of breaths here. Notice how the hips are feeling. And then turning onto the tummy. Now let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's flatten the feet. Let's have a few breaths where we're just warming up the back, the lower back. So we inhale, just come up. And then exhale, dropping the chin down. Hands are just resting underneath the shoulders and try not to push into the hands. It's like that lower back do all the work. Now we're going to keep the hands there, and we're going to keep this movement lifting up the chin on an inhale, dropping it back down on an exhale. And the next time you're lifting up on an inhale, just pick the feet up as well. Drop them back down again on the exhale. Just a little bit coming up and a little bit coming down. A lot coming down, actually. Well done. Let's make this one the last one. And then coming down. Let's just rest the chin down. And we're going to straighten the arms behind us. Now we've got a couple of choices. We can either come into aeroplane arms where the arms are straight, the palms are up, or you can clasp the hands. That might be a little bit of a challenge around the shoulders. See which one is best for you. And then this time we're going to continue lifting up the chin, lifting up the feet, and we're going to lift up the hands as well. So when you're ready, next inhale, coming up, exhale, coming down. There's 6 of these. So you can just choose whatever level you're working at. Got 3 more. Last one, and then releasing the hands. And let's just rest the backs of the hands on the mat and the right ear down, and just allow the heels just to open out. And we're going to stay with the right ear down. We're going to bend the right knee, and maybe we can bring the right hand onto the outside of the foot. If you can't, don't worry, but keep that right arm behind you. So if you can, grab hold of that foot, pull that foot in towards the body, and we're just going to hold here. So this is a really nice quad stretch. A couple of really nice deep breaths here. And then releasing that foot. Same on the other side, but we need to pick the head up and turn the left ear onto the mat. So bending that left knee, maybe we can grab that foot. If you can't, just do what you can. Excellent. And releasing. And then we're going to get ourselves pushing onto the hands, slowly coming up into tabletop and then rounding through the spine. And I'm just going to turn myself around because I feel a lot more comfortable this way. So drop the head down. And if you want to do, you can go for a few rounds of cat-cow. So it's an inhale to drop the belly and look forward. Exhale to round through the spine. Just really slow it down and really enjoy it. Excellent. Let's come to tabletop and just walk the hands forward. Drop the chest down. Just come into melting heart. So coming onto the forehead. And just holding here. Well done. Keep going. Allow that chest to stretch a little bit more. And then slowly coming up. And we bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's curl the toes under, lift up the knees, and coming into our downward facing dog. Our downward facing dog. Just pedaling out the legs. Well done. Well done. Just going to take a nice deep breath in here and exhale. Soften the heels a little bit more down towards the mat, keeping the knees bent. And then inhale, come to halfway. Straight through that spine. Exhale, fold forward. Bend through the knees. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, come down. Let's do 2 more of these. So you can see that I'm really bending my knees when I come into this forward fold. Just really stretch it out the top, the hamstrings. Well done. Let's take a step back into downward facing dog. And we're going to bring that left foot in towards the center. We're going to take the right leg up and just have a little bit of flexing here. So, sorry, bouncing. So inhale, lift up, exhale, just slightly drop down. And let's drop that right foot down. Bring that right foot a little bit more into the center. Left leg comes up. A little bit of pulsing here. So inhale, just take the leg a little bit wider and drop it down on an exhale. Excellent. Let's drop that leg down and then back into halfway. And fold forward. Inhale to halfway. Folding forward. 2 more. Good work. Back into downward facing dog. So you can come up onto the knuckles if you're having problems with your wrists. So a little bit more work on the hips, bringing that left foot in. We're going to take the right leg up, bend the knee and flex the foot. So bring the heel in towards the body, then open the knee. Coming into scorpion leg. And you can either hold here or you can have a go at just drawing some circles. Take a rest if you need to. Swapping direction if you're drawing some circles. And let's drop that right foot down into the center. Left leg comes up. Bend the knee, flex the foot and open the hip. And just have a little bit of movement here. Find a breath that works for you. So if you are drawing some circles, try and make the whole circle match a full inhale and exhale. One last breath and dropping that left leg down. Well done. Back into halfway. Fantastic. Let's hold here. Taking one more deep breath in and folding forward. Bending through the knees and coming all the way up to standing. We're just going to flow through a few sun salutation A's, nice and slowly. First one we're going to do, I'm just going to focus on how the flow kind of moves into the different positions. So more on alignment than anything else. So the first thing we do, we take the arms up, either sun arms, or if you've not got enough space, you take the arms straight in front. So big, tall, taking the arms up, and then we fold forward, nice and slowly. And then we come to halfway. And then we need to get ourselves into plank. So this is the first time that we've done a plank. So let's take it nice and slowly. Taking a nice deep breath in, tipping forward on the toes and then dropping it onto the knees, flattening the feet, slowly coming down. Well done. Keeping the hands there and coming into baby cobra. And then exhale, pushing into the hands, pushing onto the knees, curling the toes under, lifting up the tailbone into downward facing dog. Looking up between the hands, just walking the feet forward into halfway, and then folding forward, and then coming to standing, swooping the arms up. Maybe a tiny bit of a back bend here, so just pushing the hips forward, looking up towards the ceiling, and then drawing the hands down towards the heart. Excellent. You've ever got moving through that with the breath. Slow it right down. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, coming into plank. Inhale, tipping forward. Exhale, coming down. You can drop your knees down if you want to. Inhale, coming into baby cobra. Pull the shoulder blades back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your version. coming into that. Inhale, looking up towards the front of the mat, bringing the feet there, coming into halfway lift, and then folding forward, swooping the arms up, hands down. Now, if you want to, you can take a rest here, so just come into mountain, or if you want to have a go, doing one more, your own version, I'll do it with you. Inhale, arms up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, coming into plank. Maybe go a little bit stronger this time. So tipping forward on the toes and slowly coming down. And then maybe coming into up dog, downward facing dog. Coming to halfway. Folding forward. Swooping the arms up as we stand up. And bringing the hands down to the heart. Beautiful. So a couple of nice deep breaths here. And then just dropping the hands down. Let's take the feet a little bit wider than the hips. I'm going to bring the hands behind us. So clasping the hands, bringing the shoulder blades together. Standing up nice and tall. A little bit of pulsing with the arms. So inhale, just lift the arms up. Exhale, drop them back down towards the bum. Two more of those. Lovely. So we're keeping the hands clasped. We're going to take a nice deep breath in and just push the hips forward. And just drop the hands down. We'll come into a little bit of a back bend. Keep breathing. And the next inhale, back up to standing. Beautiful. Keeping the hands together, we're going to tip forward. And you're going to lift your hands up just off the body. As you come into a forward fold, lifting the hands up. See if you can open through the shoulders. And maybe there's a little bit of pulsing here with the arms. So taking the arms a little bit further away on an inhale. And just releasing on an exhale. Well done. Now we're going to stay in this forward fold. We're going to release the arms down. And just feel that really nice sensation, releasing the shoulders. And then bending through the knees, getting ourselves onto our back with the knees coming into the chest. We're going to do a little bit of core work. So just having a moment just to breathe here. So at the moment, the knees are pulled in towards the chest. So we're just going to push the feet away. The shins are going to be in line with the ceiling, so nice and flat. And the knees are going to be above the hips. Bringing the fingertips to the temples, so we're opening through the chest. We're going to bring the left elbow to the right knee on an exhale. So have a nice deep breath in. And exhale, just lifting up. And then coming back down again on an inhale, and then the right elbow across, coming down. So we're just moving through these two. See if you can keep your knees really static. Now, if you want to drop your feet down, you can do. Now, if you want to push it a little bit further, what you can try and do is bring the shoulder to the knee instead of the elbow. So it's a little bit of a tighter little bit of movement. Well done. So let's have one more on each side. And relaxing down. Drop the head down, bring the knees in towards the chest. Couple of deep breaths here. Well done. Drop the soles of the feet down. Take the arms long. And we're going to raise the right leg, point the toes, and then lift up the hips on an inhale, dropping the hips down on an exhale. So you can either drop the hips all the way down or you can just hover. Well done. Let's do one more. And coming down, let's bring the sole of the right foot down. Straighten the left leg. Lift up on an inhale, pointing the toes. Exhale, dropping the lower back down. Last one. And then drawing that lower back down. Bring the knees back in. Gently moving from side to side. And then just going in for a twist, whatever version you want to do. So let's drop over to the left. So you can have both knees coming down. You can cross the right leg over the top. Do whatever feels good. And you might want to turn that head towards the right, straighten that right arm. We're just going to hold here. See if you can get completely relaxed. Let's have two more really deep breaths. And on the next inhale, bringing everything back up. And then dropping over to the other side. So adjusting the legs so that they're comfortable. Maybe you want to cross the ankles, maybe tucking the toes, the left toes underneath the right leg. And the next inhale coming up. Taking a nice deep breath in. Maybe we bring the knees in just for the last time. And then release into Shavasana. Well done. So taking some deep breaths, just allow the body to completely relax here. Allow the body to feel really heavy. So I'm going to leave you in Shavasana. And I want you to do 10 full breaths before you get up. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Namaste.